you'll get Liberty Day while you're in boot camp. I'm not sure how it is for the other branches, like I said, but if you're trying to become a Marine, you'll get a Liberty Day. It's like the last Sunday, sort of, or like maybe like the last month of the Sunday, something like that. It's on a Sunday, and they're gonna give you like a few hours to just walk around base with your buddy, of course, and you can actually like buy sweets and stuff. Everybody was balling on Liberty Day. They were eating up or whatever. Monday rolls around, we're PTing, everybody was puking. Everybody was puking. I'm not saying don't go get candy, because girl, you best believe I did get me some candy and I wasn't eating it. But just conserve yourself. Know what your body can handle and what it can't. Because I promise you they're gonna slay you on Monday. They know you've been eating all them sweets. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it. Any other questions? Anything y'all want to know? Anything at all?
Did you know it because you were going into the Army, and I guess how long did that transition take from the Army falling through and then you're leaving for boot camp from the Marine Corps?
Oh, so thank you, sir. I was full on just Army in 9th grade, but right when I talked to a Marine, it was like Army or Marine. But honestly, it was more like Marine. Like I was, by the time 10th grade rolled around, especially 11th grade, I was full on Marines. The only reason I was set on the Army was because I got my numbers from the Army and the Marines. I called both of them. The Marine person didn't pick up, the Army person did. That was the only reason I was going Army for 9th grade, because I just never, they just didn't pick up. But right when I started looking at the other branches, I called that number again and they did pick up. Went into the office. It only took me like a few seconds to realize like Marines was what I wanted, because it's just like, they are the main fighting force. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, they're a lot more, I'm not gonna say not more intense, because all other branches are definitely intense, but like, it's just like, it's something different, like, it's just different. And I don't know if it was how they carried themselves in the office, but like, the Marines were just like, I talked to the Army people, I glanced at the Air Force a little bit, I maybe looked at the Navy. I'm just not a water person. I could never, if I got stuck in a boat in the ocean, I could survive, of course, but water freaks me out. Oh yeah, swim week. That was, but anyways, back to what I was saying. The Marines, yeah, it was, I'd signed my contract, and they were like, yeah, we can ship you out within the year or whatever. I was like, I want to ship out now. So they literally gave me 1 week. I was maybe in the police system for like a week. Usually you're in the police system for a few months. I was there for like maybe 5 days. I'd already got my next date and I was ready to ship out. I went in there, I think August 12th. I shipped out August 28th. So I was out of there. Usually if you like sign like in August, you're not gonna ship out till like February or something. It really just depends on you personally though. But yeah, I'd signed and I was like, I want your soonest ship out date. And not that I wanted boot camp to be over with, I just wanted to get out of, I guess, here. But yeah, there's swim week. It's gonna be like, you're gonna swim with your boots on, and the boots that they give you are, I was kind of used to it because I wear crazy shoes that are usually heavy, but the boots are pretty heavy. The boots are pretty heavy, so the first few weeks you're just gonna hear a lot of this, and it's gonna, as long as you don't think about it, I didn't really think about it and notice it until like the later weeks, but like you're just gonna, it's gonna, when you hear this, it's just gonna be like a click. You're just like, you're gonna want to scream at somebody, pick up your feet or something like that. But that's how heavy they are. People are just like, they're just dragging their feet. But the instructors will get on to you about that. But yeah, you have to swim with those on. You think they're heavy walking? Oh my goodness, they're heavy swimming. So the first day, you're just gonna be in your skivvies. Skivvies is like a normal shirt, circle at your neck, and shorts that are like finger touch or longer. Sometimes they give them down to your knees. But anyways, you know, just skivvies, just the shirt, and then the boots at first, and then the brown socks. That's what you swim in the first day. They're just trying to get you used to it. But once you hit the second day, you're in full like camis, woodland camis, long sleeve shirt, trousers, the whole enchilada. And then they push you in the water, or you jump in the water. You don't hold your nose, that's not a thing. So if you're going to Marine boot camp, I only ever swam holding my nose. So when they were like, jump in, I like did this, and they were like, put your hand down. And I'm like, what? So yeah, you're gonna have to learn, you learn pretty quick to blow air out through your nose, or, you know, it's either that or you're gonna suck it in and drown. But obviously you're not gonna drown, they're gonna save you eventually, most likely.
She got a question.
Oh yeah.
Okay, did you have anyone that had like a phobia of water?
Yes, we had out of the, I think during swim week, we had probably like 95, maybe 93 with us. I'm gonna say about 40 of them, it was a big number, maybe 55 of them did not know how to swim at all, like did not know how to swim. They do have, it's called iron ducks, that's what they call you. They will take you for like the first 2 days and teach you how to swim, try and break that phobia of water. But there's girls that were crying and stuff because like you're getting stuck in water, and if you don't know how to swim, there's only a deep end. For like, if you're not an iron duck, there's only a deep end. You never swim in the shallow end, I don't think. Except maybe once to do one of the drills. But besides that, you're in the deep end the whole time. To qualify, all you have to do is be able to swim to the other side, full camis, just swim to the other side. They're gonna show you different ways how to swim. I think there's 4 different ways. There's one frog looking one, I did not use that one, so I don't know how to do it. But you got the overhand, the backhand, the doggy paddle. They're gonna tell you not to do the doggy paddle. It is an option. I tried doing it, literally almost drowned trying to do it. It's just not a good one. Like, you're not getting anywhere doggy paddling. It's gonna use most of your energy. It's just like the least effective. It's the one everybody knows how to do, but it's just the least effective. Everybody was mostly using the overhand a lot. There is this one that you can use, the like, frog? Oh, okay, frog. They had this one that you could use. I used that one once, but there's a certain, you have to move your legs in a certain way. This is where we had the most hip problems. Like after swim week, people had like, really like they'd fractured their hips, or not fractured, but they'd pop their hips out of place. When you're swimming doing this, your boots are really heavy on you, so you can't be doing whatever with your legs. Like you're gonna hurt yourself. They like teach you how to like go out and push out. Some people would literally just throw their leg out like this. I'm telling you, with how heavy your boots are and the current, you're gonna mess up your legs. Make sure when you're swimming, keep everything tight and short and sweet. Tight, short, sweet, and fast. If you do like this and you're like over here like this, you're gonna mess up your legs. The first day I wasn't doing it properly and I messed up my legs. I could barely even walk when I got out of the water. But yeah, as long as you do what you're told and you listen, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Any questions? Mm-hmm.
So I had an Air Force friend that was really into telling me that, hey, if you join the Army, make sure that you know what job you're in, or else they're gonna put you into some random job.
Oh yeah.
What job did you pick, and was he right? And like, because he yelled at me for this, like, pick your job. If you're going into the Army, pick your job, or else they're gonna throw you into something.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing. Do not go into the military without a job you like. If you get stuck with a job you like, you're not gonna. You may, I won't say you're not going to enjoy it, because I've had some friends go in and they didn't have a job, they went open contract, crazy hooligans. They went open contract and they did get a job they didn't like and they still love it. It's just like the people you work with. But yeah, don't go in, I would not ever suggest going in open contract. Have a job you like pick a job that you like. You're more than likely going to be able to do that job. With me personally, I had an 03 contract, which is like infantry. That's like, like fighting or whatever. I went in and I should have graduated with that job, and I would be, like, they weren't gonna, like, the only reason you get your job taken away from you is if you didn't meet the requirements. I had to do 6 pull-ups to keep my job, I only did 3. So I did get my job taken from me, and they'll stick you with if you get your job taken from you, they will stick you with a random job. But if you pick your job, you will more than likely, you will have that job, unless you yourself make to where you don't have that job. So yeah, if you pick a job that you want, you're gonna graduate with that job, or you should. As long as you make all the requirements for that job.
Yeah, so just to caveat what she's saying, yes, you can, like she did, you can lose that job because it has certain requirements. Like I was telling her, like I've mentioned to a lot of them, and I'll be mentioning it to you too. As long as I'm here, that you want to make sure that if you qualify for a certain job, because your ASVAB scores tell you that, they will. You make sure that you do everything that you can do to get that job, because it ain't easily taken away from you, but it does happen if you don't qualify, especially in the Marine Corps, because the first thing they're gonna tell you is, you wanna be a Marine. You wanna be a Marine. You can worry about jobs later. No, I wanna be a Marine, but I wanna be a Marine, whatever. Because if you allow them to take it and give, they don't take it, it'll be a reason why you don't get it. But that was the first, I was glad when she told me that, because she was in a combat engineer, or a combat MOS, and it's going to be tough, because what she would have had to do was she would have left and went to MCT, like she'd be going to the end of this week.
ITB, I would have been going to ITB if I kept thinking.
After MCT, she went for another 3-4 months going through infantry training school.
They told us that infantry never go to MCT. You just go straight to ITB.
Okay, well that's even better.
Yeah.
So you it's still gonna be 3 to 4 months down there, and you won't see all of your counterparts. She's gonna meet a lot of her friends that she went to boot camp with when she goes back, and she'll be like, so it's gonna be a little bit of a reunion when she goes back down to Camp Geiger.
Well, there's a thing called RA. It's like recruiter's assistance. Since I'm a reservist for right now, I actually won't see anybody I graduated with except the reservists, and there was only like 3 of us. So everybody else got like 40, like I get 10 days of leave. You get a standard 10 days of leave when you graduate, and then you'll go to wherever you need to go. And you get recruiter's assistance. Everybody in my platoon except us 3 get 45 days of RA, so they won't be going to NCT until like January 5th, as I'll be going December 2nd when y'all have y'all's parade. So yeah, usually it would be like a reunion, so that's gonna be nice. Whenever you go to NCT, make sure you reconnect. But if you happen to be a reservist, or people do get like a bunch of RA time and you are going by yourself, the advice I'm gonna take up there is to make new friends. And like for boot camp, just use the same key points, get to know people down there and work as a team. Because MCT is gonna be, what I've heard, it's gonna be like boot camp on crack cocaine, but like I said, I don't know because I haven't went yet. But I haven't watched videos either. I'm not really a technology person. I think I'm just gonna go in and see what it is for myself. But yeah, NCT is supposed to be harder, but as you move on, everything's gonna get harder. But it's gonna be easier because you've got the basics. So
Let me ask you this question: after you go to MCT and MOS school, are you looking at trying to go active duty, or are you just?
So the only reason I'm not active right now is family reasons. I'm just waiting for my sister to graduate, so she gets out of the house she's in, and then that's why I'm going active. I do suggest going active because it's like you're gonna get a lot more of the military experience going active. Like you're gonna be sleeping in barracks, you're not gonna be at like your house like a reservist. Obviously, if you have family members, you want to like make it out of wherever they are, like for whatever reason. You can be a reservist, but with that, go active at least once. Like be active for at least once. Like don't be a reservist the whole time. Like if you have a contract with the reservists, like after you've had like maybe a year or 2 being a reservist, make sure you go active because it's like you do want that experience. So yes, I do plan on going active, and the only reason I'm not is for family reasons. But yeah, you're gonna want to go active because like that's when they ship you out to. As a reservist, they can send you like certain contracts. Like they could be like, oh, do you want to go active duty for like 8 months in like Japan or like Kuwait or wherever they want to put you. And like that's nice, and like you can say no or yes. That's like the perks of being a reservist. But like you still want to be active duty. Like,
So are you gonna be going to school while you, or are you just gonna get a job here?
So for me personally, I'm gonna be, since I'm a reservist, I'm gonna, when I get out of MCT and finish my MOS school, I'm gonna become a part-time firefighter. And then I'm thinking about picking up 2 more jobs. I'm looking at like FedEx, Christian one, maybe do it with him. But yeah, firefighter, that's what I'm looking at. Some people in the reservists, they'll maybe like try and look at the police field, but police officers, they're getting a little bit of hate nowadays, so I just went ahead with the firefighting. And apparently, I learned this a few days ago. My dad he did part-time firefighting as well, so like father, like daughter. But yeah, firefighting, that's as a reservist, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, as a reservist, you're gonna need like another job, because like you can't just like, I'm not gonna say like the military doesn't pay you, because obviously they pay you, but it's not gonna be a lot. Like if you have a house, or like if you have a family, you're not gonna be able to take care of them with just being a reservist in the military. You're gonna need another job. So that's another thing with the reservists. It's not gonna be just solely military. You're gonna have to